Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create your own custom functions in Access VBA. Today's question comes from Michael from Louisville, Kentucky, a gold member. Michael asks, I'm familiar with the built-in Access functions like date and now. Is there a way I can create my own custom functions to perform the specific calculations I need? Well, of course, Michael. You can definitely create your own functions in Microsoft Access VBA. Let me show you how. So here I am in my basic Access database template that I use for a lot of my classes. Let's go into Design View here, and I'm going to drop another command button on this main menu form. So go up to my Design, my control box, find a button. Drop it right there. Now, when the wizard starts up, just hit cancel. We're not going to use the wizard. We're going to make our own custom stuff. All right, it says Command 13. Just put in here my button, or whatever you want to call it. Now, right-click on the button, and go to Build Event. You'll get this little guy here. Pick the code builder that allows us to go into the VBA Editor, the Visual Basic for Applications Editor. Hit OK. Now, this guy comes up. All right, this is the VBA Editor. You may see some other stuff, some other panes on the left and on the top. Ignore those for now. Right here, you'll see that I'm inside Private Sub Command 13 Click. That's the button that I just went into its build event. Okay, and in here, I can put something like message box, hello world, like that. Okay, and if I save this, Control S, come back over here. Let's close this form and reopen it. If I hit the button, boom, I get hello world. All right, that's a basic subroutine. Now, that subroutine is right here. It's Private Sub Command 13 Click. If I want to create my own subroutine so I can do this stuff from anywhere, all right, I can come right above here and say Private Sub Hello World. That's the name of it. Enter, enter. It puts a little open and close parentheses after it. Don't worry about that. I'll teach you about that in just a minute. And then in here, I'll put that Hello World. Watch this. Copy this and paste it up here. Okay, now I've got my own sub. Private just means only this form can use it versus public where other forms and reports and stuff can call it. Now, let me get rid of some empty spaces in here. Now what I can do is right here, I can say hello world. What will happen is I'll click on the button, which calls this Command 13 Click. It will then call hello world, which is my private subroutine, which pops up the message box. Let's see it in action. Click the button, and there you go. Now, it looks the same to me and you on the outside, but under the hood, what's happening is we now have our own subroutine. It seems kind of silly to do that for only one line of code, but this could be 50 lines of code. This could be a long procedure that does a bunch of stuff, and you don't want to repeat that in multiple places inside your database, so you make your own subroutine for it. So I could come down here and now say hello world. And that is the button that opens up the customer form. So it'll open up the customer form and then call hello world. And it'll be the same stuff. Watch. Customers. Look. It opened up the customer form and then it called hello world. All right. So that's a subroutine. Okay. A subroutine does some stuff. A function returns a value. Okay. So we're going to have the function give me some information back. And then I'll do something with it. Now, you're probably familiar with a lot of Access's built-in functions, like date, for example. I can come up here and say, message box, hello world, today is, and date, like that. All right, now, Access gets rid of the open and close parentheses around some of the built-in functions like date, but date is a function. Date returns a value. It gives you the current system date. Okay, so if I run this now, it says, hello world, today is 10/10/2020. It returns a value. Okay? Now, in both subs and functions, you can use things called parameters. You can send information to this subroutine. For example, I can send it my date as a date. Okay? I can send it my date as a date. Actually, let's do something simpler first. Let me send it my name as a string. Okay, and then instead of saying hello world, I'm going to say hello Rick. All right, so I'm going to go right here and put my name, like that. All right, so it'll say hello Rick, today is whatever. So down here, when I call hello world, I have to send it my name. See how this works? All right, so it's going to say, hello world, Rick. Rick comes in as my name. My name goes in here. And go. See that? That's called a parameter. You can send multiple parameters if you want, comma, my date as a date value. There's date, there's integers, long integer, all kinds of different stuff. I cover all of them in my developer classes. All right, so now down here, I can send it a date. Now, date values have to be enclosed inside of hashtags, pound symbols. So I'll send it a date. All right, I'll send it 10/23/72. And I'll say right here, your birthday is, and my date. Like that. I'm sending it my birthday. Yeah, I'm old. Ready, go. See? All right. So that's all stuff with subroutines. Now, how do I do a function? What do I use a function for? Well, a function is good to do some calculations and return a value. So let's come up top here, and I'm going to say private function my number. Okay, I'm not going to take any information in, so the parentheses will be empty there, but I'm going to return a value, and let's say it's a long integer, as long. That's how you declare that. All right, my number as long. And right in here, I'm going to say my number equals 42. Okay? Now, let's get rid of the hello world example. And I'm going to say message box, my number is, colon, and my number. Just like that. Okay? You should always end a function in the open and close parentheses. It's just good programming. Sometimes you don't need it, but you should get in the habit of using it for functions. All right, let's go over here, hit the button. My number is 42. All right, let's examine what happened. I clicked the button. It's going to message box the actual text, my number is, and then it's going to say, go out here and get my number. All right, well, my number is a function returning a long int, and right in here we say my number equals 42. This number here, my number, is the same as the name of the function. That's how you return the value. Now, let's say my number's job is to take a number in from the user and return double that number. Okay, so I'm going to say in here, we're going to take in x as a long integer, and then my number is going to be x times 2. So my number's job is to return double whatever x is. And we could change the name of the function if you want to. We could say double the number is the name of the function. So we'll have to change it here, and then we'll have to change it here. Okay, so now, and the name of the function should kind of represent what the function does. All right, so what are we doing? Well, we're doubling the number. Okay, so my number is double the number. We have to give it a value. Let's give it 42. Okay, I'm going to save that, Control S, come over here, and let's run it. My number is 84. It doubled the number. That's what a function does. You give it some, usually you give it some stuff, and it returns some other value. You don't have to give it stuff. It can just go out and do stuff like the first example did. All right, how about something a little more useful? How about returning a random number? Okay, so let's change this to random number. And then we'll say right here, max num will be the maximum number. So it could be like 1 to 6 if you want to roll like a six-sided die, or a 1 to 20 for you D&D nerds that are rolling hit rolls, right? I used to be a D&D nerd when I was younger. So we can make a little dice roller here, okay? So the first thing you have to do is call maximize. That initializes the random number seed in the database. It makes sure that you get a truly random number every time. Well, there is no such thing as a truly random number with computers, but that's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different lesson, all right? Now we've changed the name of our function, so this is going to be random number equals and then some stuff. How do you generate a random number? Well, it's going to be int, in parentheses, rnd, times max num plus 1. Why? Well, RND returns a random floating point number from 0 to just less than 1, 0.9999999. Okay? So you take that value, you multiply it by your max. So now you got, let's say, 1 to 10. All right? But it's a floating point number still. So you could have 3.625 whatever, right? But it's 0 to 9 still. So you int it, which chops off the fractional part, makes it an integer. So now you've got a number from 0 to 9, but we really want 1 to 10, so we add 1 to it. All right, that whole thing there. I'm going to do a whole separate lesson on random numbers. All right, how to set a lower bound, an upper bound, all that. And this is where you come in, guys. Random numbers is on my list. I've gotten questions about it before, and I want to do a tech help video about it, but I like to make the videos based on what's popular. So if you want to see a lesson on random numbers, please, 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 drop me a comment. All right, send me some feedback. Send me an email. All my contact information is below, and it's at the end of the video. I'm going to make videos based on what you guys tell me you want to see. Okay, so now I can call random number down here. Give me a random number from 1 to 6. Okay? And maybe change this to the six-sided die roll is, ready? Boom. Oh, hang on. Subroutine function not defined. Okay, I goofed. I was too busy talking to you. It's not maximize. It's randomize. I even said to you, you need to call that to randomize the numbers. My bad. Hit stop to reset the code. All right. I'm going to leave that error in the video. Usually I go back and edit out the errors in my tech help videos because I want you guys to think that I'm perfect. No, I was busy talking, so I completely forgot that I typed in maximize instead of randomize. I didn't catch it. But now you see what you have to do when you get errors, right? You get that thing popped up. Just hit the stop button there. It'll reset the code. And now, there we go. Six-sided die roll, 6. Hit it again. 6. Hit it again. 4. I thought for a minute there's something's wrong. I got 2 6s in a row. And another 6. Boy, I want to use this die roller for generating stats. 3, 5, 6, and so on. In the members only video, the extended cut coming up next, I'm going to show you how to make a list of these. So if you want 6 dice rolls, it'll give you 6 of them in a row. All right. I'll also show you how to set that lower bounds on here. So you can say, give me a number from 1 to 6. All right, let's do one more fun one that's that people always ask me about. Let's convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. All right, private function. We're going to call it C to F, just like that. Celsius to Fahrenheit. I'm going to send it in the C value. We'll call it C. All right, as we can make this a double. All right, a double is basically a floating point number, and we'll return a double as double. Okay? Now, how do I convert Celsius to Fahrenheit? Well, the formula is it's Celsius times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. Okay? So C to F equals, all right, it's going to be C times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. And yeah, I know you don't need the parentheses because the order of operations, but it's just nice to put in there, I guess. Okay, so down here, let's get rid of this die roll stuff. I'm going to say message box. Actually, let's not message box this. Let's put it on the form. Let me show you how to put it on the form real quick. Design view. All right, and let's go C to F like that. Okay, and we'll put our Celsius over here and our Fahrenheit over here. All right, we'll grab a couple text boxes like this. I'll delete that little label that comes with it. Whoops, I actually deleted the whole thing. Hold on. Try it again. Boom. There we go. Delete the label. And we'll put the Celsius over on this side. And I'll open this up, and I'm going to name this box Celsius. Can't spell today. Celsius. Then I'll copy this box, copy, paste, drop it over here. All right, and we'll call this one Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit. All right, and yes, I named them this for specific reasons, okay? Okay, right-click, build event. All right, now I'm going to say in here, Fahrenheit equals C to F of Celsius. If I could spell today. I don't know, I'm having a hard time spelling Celsius, and I get Fahrenheit right. Okay, so what's going to happen? We've got text boxes called Fahrenheit. We've got text box called Celsius. Okay, C2F is going to send Celsius up here as a double. It'll evaluate it, convert it to Fahrenheit, and then set it in the Fahrenheit box. See how that works? All right, let's try it and see if it works now. All right, let's close this and reopen it. And let's put a value in here. Let's put 0 in here. convert. Boom, 32. All right, let's put 20. Boom, 68. Let's put in 30. Boom. Okay, that appears to be working. Let's put in -5. Boom, 23. Beautiful. I just happened to pick all numbers that worked. I had to try another one. I put 5.5 and I got 22.1. Okay, good. Because we are doing doubles, so you should be able to do floating point numbers. All right, want to go the opposite way? Well, I should leave this for homework for you. All right, I want you to stop the video right now and try it yourself. All right, private function, and then you write out F to C. All right, pause the video right now. Go try it yourself, and I'll do it in just a second. Go ahead, pause it.
It's intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies.
I couldn't help myself.
Under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies. Everything from a snack.
What else they got? Oh, they got the popcorn and stuff dancing around. I used to love these. Yeah, I'm not quite this old. I do remember the old driving stuff. Okay. Back to work. All right. So private function F to C this time. We're taking in F as a double and returning a double as a double. Okay. F to C equals, what's the formula? It is F minus 32 times 5 divided by 9. Basically the reverse of the other one. And if you want to do this in your head, like I used to live in Buffalo, New York, which is right across the border from Canada. So we were constantly having to think, we'd see news in Canadian. But which, by the way, C doesn't stand for Celsius up there. It stands for Canadian. It's 10 degrees Canadian. But a trick you learn when you're young is when you see a temperature in Celsius, you just double it and add 30. So if you see 10 degrees, you double it, it's 20, and then you add 30. So that's 50. So that's just a quick way to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit, because 9/5 is basically doubling it. That's close enough, right? Okay, so now we'll make a button that goes the other way. All right, we got the Celsius to Fahrenheit button, design view. All right, that's our Celsius to Fahrenheit. We'll move this, and we'll just copy this one, copy paste. And we'll make this one go Fahrenheit to Celsius. And we could do a little like that, right? And then this one here, we can go a little like that. All right, now right-click, build event, code builder. I turned this window off, by the way. You can do that in the database properties. In fact, I'm going to show you how to do it real quick because I hate it. It's under File, Options, Object Designers, and then it's under Always Use Event Procedures. Event Procedures means use the code builder. I never use the macro builder. It tells you have to close and reopen the database. Yeah, you don't really have to. All right, so right-click, build event, put you right in here. All right, and now here I can say Celsius, oh, I got it right the first time, equals F2C of Fahrenheit. Okay, so we're just going the other way. All right, save it, close it, open it. All right, let's put a value over here. Let's put in, it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit, go to Celsius. Beautiful. It's, see, I got all the 0.22222s in there. It's 18 degrees Celsius, go to Fahrenheit. And look at that. Wonderful. Now, yes, this is actually an example of, I could have used a subroutine for this since I have actual fields on my form. I could have made a sub that did this, but I wanted to teach you guys how to do your own custom functions. Okay? Hope you learned something. Want to learn more about functions? Well, in the extended cut for members only, you get public functions where we could take those functions and put them in global modules, and then every form and report and query in your database can use them, not just the form that they're built in. I will show you how to set a lower bound for your random numbers. So you can roll dice, for example, from not from just 1 to 6 or 1 to 100, but from 10 to 15, for example. We'll build an actual dice roller, like the picture shows there. I'll show you some loop tricks where you can do a loop, so you can run loop X times, like 3d6, for example, 3 six-sided dice rolls. And then we'll do a nested loop, so we can roll sets of those. So for you gamers out there, you can roll 6 sets of 3d6 to generate your character stats. That's all in the extended cut for members only, silver members and up. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, live video and chat sessions, and other perks. After you click the Join button, you'll see a list of all the different perks that are available: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. But don't worry, these tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making them, and they'll always be free. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and share. Click on the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel and be notified of any new releases. Check for additional resources down below the video. Click the Show More button, and you'll see a list of other links to other videos, downloads, resources, lessons, and lots more. If you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, it's 3 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1, and that's free for my members. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page, and you can post your question there. Also, be sure to stop by my Access forum on my website. And also look for me on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Ross with AccessLearningZone.com. Thanks for learning with me, and I'll see you next time.